Welcome to the 15th lesson of SmartKnitter, Knit Instructions Level 1. Today, we will continue with the translation setting. This class will focus on the settings for Jacquard and Intarsia knitting. We will draw a two-colored jacquard on this sleeve panel for demonstration. Use the Pattern Fill tool to fill in the pattern on the entire panel. In the feeder setup window, you will see a new feeder. Drag the feeder to the designated position on the machine and select OK. Returning to the knit instruction, you will notice a new icon on the Tools panel. Click on it to see the knit simulation of the jacquard backing. In the feeder setup page, you can right-click on the zones in the navigation panel to choose from a variety of jacquard backings. We will go through the backings one by one. Twill backing provides a regular arrangement in slanted lines on the backside of the jacquard panel. The 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, 2x1, 3x1 backings allow the program to skip knitting some back stitches to enhance comfort and reduce yarn use. For example, 1x3 twill backing indicates 3 empty needles between every other knitted back stitch. Stripe backings have the back stitches arranged in vertical straight lines. Again, there are options of 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, 2x1, 3x1 backings that allow the program to skip knitting some back stitches to enhance comfort and reduce yarn use. With tubular jacquard, you can choose to have full needle, 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, 2x1, and 3x1 backings as well. As the two faces of tubular jacquard are not secured to each other, sometimes very thin, lycra threads are used to secure the two faces together to prevent the knitted panels from bulging out after washing. There are different options for embedding the lycra threads in SmartKnitter. Simply select the suitable option from the list, and the knitting actions of lycra are generated automatically during translation. Bird's eye backing is one of the most commonly used jacquard backings. During translation, we can choose to generate the knitting instructions with mostly full needle stitches or tubular stitches. We also have the half Merino backing and float jacquard, single jacquard, available. Partial jacquard with various backings is also available. For jacquard designs with regular color blocks, it is recommended to select this option to ensure the edges are closed, making the linking process easier to handle. For unlinked edges, such as scarves or cardigans, instead of using this option, which alters the colors at the edge, it is advisable to switch the order of yarn feeders by placing the back color at the front and the front color at the back. This automatically makes the yarn feeders cross each other at the edge to close the jacquard edge. When transitioning from jersey to jacquard, it is necessary to perform a suitable cast-on before beginning the jacquard knitting. This ensures that the loops are securely anchored to the main knitted section. SmartKnitter offers a range of cast-on methods that can be selected in the translation settings. Here, we can set the tension number of the automatically generated cast-on rows for better tension control. The Cast-on for one stitch feature can be utilized to ensure that the automatic cast-on stitch is created when performing a single stitch cast-on at the edge of partial knitting with non-full needle backings. You can observe the differences when shifting the cast-on one course earlier here. Shifting the back stitches by one stitch space horizontally is known as racking. It is used to match the ribbed backing with other structures on the panel. For float jacquard, it is recommended to check the auto knit to edge for single jacquard option to facilitate the linking process. In float jacquard, sometimes the stitches between colors are quite wide, resulting in excessively long floats that can cause accidental tucking or breakage. SmartKnitter provides options to secure these long floats. When working tucks on needles with knitted loops, the cast-off or transfer actions are omitted. This option determines whether the Intarsia feeder in the middle of the panel will be brought out after knitting. If the set number is smaller than the number of rows between knitting sections of the Intarsia feeder, the feeder will be brought out of the knitting area between uses. If the set number is larger than the number of rows between knitting sections of the Intarsia feeder, the feeder stays within the knitting area. This option allows for tucking on every other revolution during Intarsia knitting to minimize feeder kicking. Enabling this option can shorten knitting time. When knitting two-color Intarsia, the transfer actions can be done in a single row to save time. This concludes the lesson. Thank you for watching.